All right, y'all. We are in the middle of a Georgia heat wave, and the forecast is not looking good for any rain, at least for the next week, and record temps. You know, heat index is getting well over 100 degrees here, and I'm in North Atlanta. So a little bit about what I'm doing to kind of like maintain and prepare my garden for some of this heat and make sure I don't lose any of my tomatoes or cucumbers or anything like that. So first things first is my water system. You guys know that I use a Odie water diverter in the downspout that goes into this barrel. There's a hose that connects this barrel to this barrel, and this one's in the middle of the garden. So just by gravity and pressure, this barrel gets full as that barrel fills up. So it'll fill up, and then the pressure will push it down and fill up here. And this one's just a few inches shorter than that barrel. So what happens is when both barrels fill, this one will overflow from the top. So I've got, I don't know, 3/4 of these barrels are full. I've only used a little bit of this water, but let's see here. Yeah, I'm up to about right here with water. So I've got enough water to survive this little hot streak. And again, without using any city water or anything like that on my plants. I don't like the treated water with fluoride and chlorine and all that on the plants. The plants don't like it as much as they like the natural rainwater. So I'm not watering during the day. Reason being is I don't want little droplets of water getting on the leaves and burning holes in the leaves. I water at night, and I'm watering thoroughly every night because it's so hot that the sun is evaporating. Like, look, this is a blackberry that's in the ground. You hear that? And it's just it's just dry, you know. So like the moisture in the tips of that long vine there are getting fried from the heat. So these peppers I've kind of got hiding behind the tomatoes. The tomatoes go through the water pretty quick already. So depending on how they're doing throughout the day, I may come out and water them again if their trough is being super dry, being evaporated. The muscadine here, this guy, you can see it's weeping just a little bit, and it'll weep a lot more as the day goes on, but it dries out fast. It's starting to get a little root bound down there, and I need to put this muscadine in the ground somewhere on the property. But right now it's still in a pot, still super healthy, and it's on a tomato cage. You can't really see the tomato cage because the vine has just completely consumed it. And then down here we have cucumbers. Those are growing up on the trellis wires. As you can see, the yellow flowers are the cucumber flowers. I've already started harvesting a few of those, and tomatoes are about ready to go here pretty soon. I've got one that's red and the rest that are turning red. Peppers, they love the heat. Absolutely love the heat, so they're doing good. Mint. It smells good. And this is a Purple Ghost Japanese maple and a Orange Dream Japanese maple, and I've kind of got them just hiding out in the shade, so they're getting a good amount of sun, but they're shaded for most of the day as well too. All my raspberries have harvested out, so those are off the menu right now. I've made some jam with those. These are the blackberries that are ripening right now, and again making making jam with the raspberries and blackberries. Blueberries I didn't really get a great harvest from this year, and Tristan is eating all all of the strawberries. Between Tristan and the birds, I don't see many strawberries. This is a jalapeno pepper in a pot, and peppers like the heat, so they're doing just fine. Here's my pepper box right here. As you can see, these are 3-foot plants. Cilantro, Anaheim hot peppers, coriander and cilantro. So yeah, it is about time to start doing some jalapeno poppers on the grill and pickling some of these peppers and making hot sauces. More jalapenos. And one thing I'm watching real closely are my grapes. These have kind of been my my summer crush as far as everything in the garden this year. I planted this grapevine 3 years ago, and this is the first year that I am starting to get, I mean, it is thumping. I've got hundreds of grape clusters on 2 grapevines. Here's one down here that's probably one of the bigger ones. And those are Concord. The jagged leaves are Concord. The not so jagged leaves are Catawba. But they're all over the place. I've got some Japanese beetle damage. I saw some Japanese beetles. Hang on. There we go. So I'm gonna have to come out here and either spray, set some traps, or do something about that. But I'm really watching it closely to make sure it doesn't burn up in this heat. And making sure it gets plenty of water. But I have noticed now that I'm watering it a lot because of the heat, and it is putting that moisture and water into grape clusters, this trunk is swelling. This is about twice as big as what it was at the beginning of the season. So it is doing really, really well. But yeah, quick tour of the garden. Plan of action for all this heat that we're dealing with. It's nice to have the rainwater storage to be able to water my garden, healthy water that's not gonna, thwart their growth or fruiting capabilities, and to be able to last through these Georgia heat waves. So thanks for checking out the video. Y'all take care.